I was feeling faint, lightheaded, palpitations. I had a backpack on my back from my neck to my butt. I was soaking wet. I couldn't think properly. I'm holding on to the pews in front of me, and I'm walking, aiming to the door. And I didn't quite make the door. I collapsed right as I was walking. I was in a cathedral. I was backpacking, and I fell on the ground and I blacked out. And then the next thing that I knew, or that I remember, was waking up in an ambulance with my rucksack, being gone through by everybody in the ambulance to find out if maybe I was on drugs or something. Why did I pass out? I passed out because of the heat. And I ended up in the ambulance. The guy was mumbling something to me. I had no idea what he was saying. I tried, but I just couldn't get my thoughts together. And he's taking my blood pressure and sounding all excited, not happily excited, and I passed out again. Everything went dark. I ended up next and ended up waking up in a hospital, and I woke up to watch a guy mopping my blood off the floor. I had a concussion, head wounds bleed, the room was bloody. He's mopping up the blood without gloves on. A nurse was cleaning my forehead without gloves on. There's blood all over the place. And another one was stitching up my leg. And I'm starting to become more aware. And I'm doing, stop touching my blood. Stop. And I'm doing, they're not listening. They're smiling at me. I don't know why they're smiling. I'm doing stop. And I'm like, oh, okay, stop and see, halt. My blood is bad. They just smiled more. And then they called someone in the room to assist. And a doctor came in the room, the stethoscope kind of doctor, not like our doctors who we know, story slam people. But I'm screaming at them now that my blood is poison. And he comes up to me and says, I thought I was home. I thought I was in Germany. I was in France. He comes up and says, Madam, do you know what you're saying? He actually called me Mademoiselle. Do you know what you're saying? And I'm doing, Mademoiselle. I was so confused. All I'm trying to do is tell them, don't touch my blood without gloves on. Use universal precautions. I have hepatitis C. You don't want this. They don't understand anything I'm saying. He comes in, he says, Mademoiselle, do you know what you're saying? And I said, yes. He was speaking English, sort of. And he's, Mademoiselle, Mama Lisa, Mama, where the hell am I? I couldn't remember. And I'm screaming at them in German. He says, you are not. What do you think you're saying? And I said, that my blood is infected. They have to wear gloves. This is contagious, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, that's not what you're saying, madam. Second time now. I'm like, holy crap, I'm in France. I couldn't remember. So I'm in France. He's speaking French, Mademoiselle, Mamart. I'm like, where the hell? And he said, you are saying, not that your blood is infected. You're screaming, my blood is fish. I'm in France. I'm saying poisson. I'm trying to tell them to stay away from my blood. He said, we're going to help you rest a little bit now, and calls over Nurse Dominique without her gloves on, but with a hypodermic needle in her hand now to calm me down because I don't know what I'm saying. I do know what I'm saying. He said, no, madam, poisson is fish. You're in French. And that's the last thing that I remember after the needle. Thank you.